Hello and welcome. Welcome to my home and welcome to our sacred space that I prepared for us. I'm Olivia and this is Tarot and Coffee with Olivia, here to do your daily pick a card. Come on in, sit down, let me get you a nice beverage of your choice. And let's do our pick a card. Now, if you've never done a tarot pick a card before, it's easy to do. You just follow along with the video. I do have card toppers here so you can pick your pile. Everybody gets 3 cards today. I've got new decks. We'll talk about those and introduce them. The ones that you see on the top with the stars are the cute little Kawaii tarot. This is the little book that comes with it. Kawaii means cute in Japanese, and there is no sarcastic cute in Japanese. It's all cute is cute, okay? In Japan, cute is cute, and that's all there is to it. Okay. So I do put timestamps below with the colors so that you can skip ahead to your part if that is what you want to do. I will say people do these pick a cards all different ways. I have people that they'll pick their pile, and that's what they do. Some people will pick them all. Some people pick after they're all turned over and they decide which one they want. That's fine too. However you want to do it is fine. In fact, I have some people that turn on a playlist and sleep to it because they find it relaxing. And I think that's very cool. I love it. Love it. You know what else I love? I love a thumbs up. I also love a thumbs down. Whatever you have to give me one right now, if you don't mind. I would really appreciate that. It helps my channel. It helps and it rejuvenates me, honestly, to tell the whole truth, the truth, and nothing but the truth. Let's move on. I'm going to have a little sip of coffee. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath. And then we will start with the yellow guitar pick. All right. I guess there is one more thing I have to say, but let's take our deep breath first. Feel all that tension release out of your neck and shoulders as you breathe out. I had to take one more. Okay. So, do take what resonates with you. These are general readings. So, take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't make life-altering decisions or choices based on this or any other. Pick a card. But do, if you're in tarot pick a card video is what I mean. But if you do want to book with me, if you want an appointment, it's easy to do. So, just look in the description of this video on YouTube and you will be able to see my prices and everything else that you possibly need. If you don't see it, well, I'll try to help you out, okay? There's ways to contact me. Social medias and others. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with what we have here under, let's put this right here. Is that a place? Not sure if that's a place where you can see very well, but let's just go ahead and get started. What's under the yellow guitar pick? We are going to start with this is our magical times empowerment card, and you have gentleness. Gentleness. Strength is gentle. True kindness has wings. Love in action endures. Gentleness. This card does remind me of Saint Francis of Assisi, who's the patron saint of animals. Your other 2 cards. The Devil and Justice. How interesting, right? All right, let's go ahead and start with the Everyday Witch card. This one is the Everyday Witch, and we're going to look in our Everyday Witch book. See what it has to say about all that. Okay, the Devil. So I'm not going to read the first paragraph that I have here in the book because it really is just a description of the card. So I hope you can see the card as I read. I'll make sure it's focused. Okay. Contrary to what you might think, the devil does not represent some evil being who comes from the outside world to lure and ensnare us. That would be easier to fight than reality, which is that each of us has devils that we have created for ourselves. Addiction, bad habits, obsessions, and unhealthy decisions that we cling to long after it's clear they are leading us in the wrong direction or holding our lives hostage. Temptation can be so difficult to resist, and that makes this seem like a scary, hopeless card, but it isn't. We often hold on to the devil we know because we are more comfortable with the negativity and dysfunction we are used to than we are the idea of starting over and creating something better. But you can do it. You chose this devil, and you can choose to say no more. I want to use my James Earl Jones voice. No more. No more. All right, and then our Kawaii card, Justice. So we are going to look in our little Kawaii book for justice, and it says, as far as justice is concerned for you, justice, the key words are fairness, legal justice, and rationality. Justice is unmoved by emotional appeal. Cold but undeniably fair, justice is about using reason to reach balance. As card 11, this is the first of the next cards of the major arcana and the shift from the physical world to the spiritual world. Justice stands for rationality in the name of what's best for the situation. So if we put all these together, we have justice, we have gentleness, and we have the devil. I'm going to put these together for you. And gentleness is telling you to be gentle on yourself through this change. In some cases, this change that you need to make might involve seeking a lawyer or going through the justice system in some way or another. For others of you, what the justice may stand for is you using rationale and rationality and fairness to be gentle on yourself and to move forward, to move out of this devil energy, which means begin again, maybe from the very beginning. Starting over can sometimes seem very disheartening or very scary or very unattainable sometimes. But with this reading, it says you have what it takes, and you need to be gentle on yourself. Don't beat yourself up about where the situation in which you find yourself today. That's not going to help. Moving forward is what's going to help. And that is your reading today. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And let's go ahead and move on to the red guitar pick. And let's see what we have for you. Friendship. Be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let the others go. Friendship. We'll get back to that. Let's see what else we have. The Five of Swords and the Two of Cups. So I do want to say, I just want to reiterate with friendship, it's not just talking about be with those that you love and care about, but those who lift you up and help you to shine. And it also, the last line, keep those and let the others go. Who are the others? Those that make you feel bad, or those who you feel like you've lost energy when you've been around them. You're tired, worn out. Those are the friends that you can let go. Five of Swords. Let us go ahead and look in our Everyday Witch Tarot and look at this Five of Swords. We're looking at the red guitar pick and the Five of Swords. I'm not going to read the beginning paragraph, I don't think, because it's really a description of the card. It looks like one of the witches is looking a lot happier than these other two. It looks like her spell won those over the others. She's proven herself to be the superior magic wielder. But at what cost? Maybe she got so caught up in the moment she didn't think about the consequences, but it's pretty clear there are going to be some consequences. At best, there will be a lack of trust in the future. At worst, her friends will never work with her again. Was it worth it? This whole reading is about friendship. That's very interesting. I love it when things really, really gel, you know, making the spell gel. Things to consider. Life is a lot easier when people work together instead of always trying to win or be the best. The Five of Swords reminds us of the cost of being obsessed with coming out on top, and it warns us there may be those around us who aren't really looking out for our best interests. Are you playing nice? Interesting. All right, let's go on to the Two of Cups. Oops, here it is. From our Kawaii deck, and we are going to read from our little Kawaii deck. Our little Kawaii book, I mean, about the Two of Cups, and we're looking at the red. Okay, Two of Cups. The Two of Cups carries the theme of the first meaning of the other half of a partnership. Whether romantic, personal, professional, friendship, it seems you have found someone with whom you see eye to eye. In terms of romantic queries, the Two of Cups is one of the most serene cards to pop up in a reading. It speaks to a honeymoon phase in which it seems the other person can do no wrong and it supports you in every way possible. Like all the two cards, this card presents a choice. Will you invest more emotion in this relationship or keep it as a fond memory as you go your separate ways? Wow. So this reading, let's put it all together. This reading has everything to do with friendship and figuring out what friends you're working with the best, what friends lift you up, what friends work with you. There is that one little warning about being careful not to be obsessed with being the best. I honestly, personally, I think it's okay to want to be the best at all times. I happen to know that I'm not the best at anything, anything at all. But striving to be better always helps me to at least be better. So I guess I'm going to argue with that card just a little bit, not much. But yeah, it's all talking about seeking out who your true friends are, who do you really want to spend your time with? And then spend your time with those people instead of the people that are bringing you down or causing you to feel like you've lost energy. So, I really don't feel like I had a lot to add to that because it's really pretty straightforward, isn't it? So let's go ahead and wait. I have to have one more sip of coffee. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the blue. Yes, that was perfect. Okay, then we'll go ahead and move on. Let's talk about what cards you have if you chose the blue guitar pick. Action, the World, and the Seven of Pentacles. Beautiful. Let's look at action first. Stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. That's a beautiful Pegasus. Action. Stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. Sometimes all it takes is that first step to get moving. And then the next thing you know, you're going down the hill at full speed ahead, reaching the goals that you want to reach and not even realizing that all it really needed to get going was that first step. So now let's look at the World from our Everyday Witch Tarot. We will look up in the little book about the world. This little book, the Everyday Witch Tarot, and we're looking at the blue guitar pick. If you pick the blue guitar pick, okay. So this little witch is throwing her hat into the air, and it sails away on the wind. The sun is shining. It's a tropical beach with her bare feet in the waves as they meet the shore. A little further from the water, there's a blanket spread with a feast, including a large glass with fruit on a stick and a tiny umbrella. A black cat sits by the blanket, looking pleased. The mood is joyous and attainment of all desires. This witch may have taken a long journey to get here, but at last she's right where she wants to be. Break out the bubbly and strike up the band. There's a lot to celebrate. The world card signifies... I didn't actually say this was the world card in the beginning, though, did I? I like to call the world card, the world is your oyster. It signifies completion, the attainment of goals, and success in whatever endeavors you have been pursuing. If it is the final future card in a reading, no matter what comes before it, you will triumph in the end. The world is another one of those rare cards that has no negative interpretations. Nothing but good times ahead. Baby, you did it. Pat yourself on the back. Hell, have someone else pat you on the back. You deserve it. Things to consider. If you have been striving for ages, working hard to achieve your dreams, getting the world card is very good news indeed. Yes, it is. And I think it's very interesting that it comes right here with the action card, of course. See how you can put these two together, the yellow and the blue, and come up with a fuller, more robust reading. That's why some people pick more than one card. Whoops. All right, now we're going to look at the Seven of Pentacles with a little cute sunshine on it. We're going to look in our Kawaii tarot and see what's this. Is the blue. We're looking up for the blue guitar pick. All right, let's see what we have. Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is the feeling of anxiety after you've done a lot of work, but you haven't seen the results yet. The Seven of Pentacles is a card with a big vision stuck in the day-to-day tasks of setting goals and objectives. As such, there's an energy of conflict, but I want it now. On the plus side, the Seven of Pentacles can show you have made some wise investments, and they will just take some time. Rest assured, you've done what needs to be done. Okay? So this is a very, very positive card of taking action and finding results. And this is just like, it's going to take a while before you get to the point where you're throwing your hat up in the air, okay? But just a minute, you know, it's not going to take long. And during that time that you're waiting for your actions to bloom and take fruit, that's a time of learning and a time of a little bit of peace before you have to really get going. All right? And so don't overextend yourself. Don't work too hard. You've got this. All right? You know what needs to be done next. Don't push yourself too hard to get there. All right, and that's your reading if you chose the blue guitar pick. And let us go ahead and pick up what's under the green guitar pick. And let's see what you have. Healing. Bless all in need of healing. Hope and love. Spirit, grant us strength and wisdom. Guide us to the path of wellness. Well, I do have, well, let's just leave it at that for now. We'll talk about that more a little bit later. Let's look and we see, oh, the Fool, the Fool, the Fool. I love the Fool. One of my favorite cards of all. It can be such a happy, joyful card. And then we have the Nine of Candies. The Nine of, well, it's not Pentacles. Oh, it must be Rods. The Nine of Rods. Okay, let's go ahead and look in our little book about the Fool. In our Everyday Witch book. And this is if you had the green guitar pick, you have the Fool. Let's see what we have to hear about the Fool. You guys are getting to know these cards exactly as I am getting to know these cards, because I did set them apart, bless them, smudge them, all the things, made them ready, but this is the first time I'm actually using them and seeing what it says in the book about them and getting to know them. So I feel very fortunate to be able to do this with you. A dark-haired witch wearing the classic black hat and gown sits astride a broom about to sail off a cliff into the unknown. Her attitude is joyful. Her arms are spread wide, her eyes are closed, her mouth is open in a yell, probably, Geronimo! That's a funny thing for her to be saying. Perched beside her is a black and white cat, one paw holding onto the back of her gown with its claws, the other over its eyes. The cat knows that the journey into the unfamiliar is fraught with peril, but he'll follow his witch companion anywhere. So, why is she flying off into who knows where? Because sometimes you reach a point where there's no choice but close your eyes and jump. Life does not come with any guarantees, and from time to time you have to make a big leap in order to reap the big rewards. Don't call it a leap of faith for nothing, after all. Oh, they don't call it a leap of faith for nothing. Sometimes you just gotta believe. So just remember that just because you have the Fool card, this does not make you a fool. Far from it. It means you've been hesitating at the precipice of a big decision. And it's time to go ahead and jump. Now, like I said, take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm not asking you to jump off a cliff without a broom, okay? Without knowing that you can fly. All right? So this is the Fool. I often think about, one of my favorite concepts of the Fool is the dog who has escaped on garbage day. He escaped his fence on garbage day, and how happy he is to go snuff through that garbage, and what a wonderful day ahead this dog has prepared for himself. So let's go ahead and look and see what's under the 9 of Rods in our Kawaii deck. And if you have the green guitar pick, we're looking up your 9 of Rods, or Wands, also known as Wands. Being on guard, defensive, and overwork. The 9 of Wands, although a symbol of wisdom and intuition, it can be a little bittersweet. The number 9 in numerology stands for confident individualism, but in this card, it also represents a situation in which you feel like you're on the defensive, guarding against the elements in your environment all alone. The 9 of Wands recognizes your strength and ability to overcome obstacles, and with the 9 of Wands, you're nearly at the end of a cycle or phase where you have been going through some things. You're wise, you're experienced. What's keeping you from completion and success is your hesitation to let your guard down. Okay? Sometimes it means you're not delegating tasks. If you delegate tasks, you can kind of get out from under the workload. So, let's put them all together. Healing. Bless all in need of healing. Hope and love and spirit grant us strength and wisdom. Guide us to the path of wellness. Don't be afraid. Move forward with joy. Go ahead and delegate some of those tasks so that you can be unfettered to enjoy your healing process and enjoy life ahead. Wow. So, guys, here it is, your reading. Your 3-card reading. I hope you like this, because this is the way I'm going to be doing it from now on. I'm going to be using different decks. I'm going to be sometimes reading from the books, especially with these new decks that I have, because it's always interesting to see. There's always a little bit of a different interpretation with each deck. So, again, like I said, take what resonates with you, leave the rest. I love you guys very much. I really appreciate you being here. I can't wait till next time. and I very much look forward to it. So come knocking on my door again sometime soon. Hit that thumbs up button. Go ahead and subscribe, because that's the way to knock on my door here. Subscribe, and you guys go out and enjoy your beautiful moments ahead. Take care.